Well, I guess it did not catch the game. What? There we go.
Danganronpa.
Hello.
Danganronpa.
Hmm? Yeah. Hello. I have so many damn saves. Ah. Yeah. This is my usual stream time, which doesn't necessarily mean all that much. Alright, what did I view beforehand? There's a button somewhere here that lets me see past things that were said. I'll figure it out eventually.
So... Hey.
Oh. Thanks, Jingo. But also, why?
So...
I'm fine if no one subscribes, you know. Fuck. I mostly just did affiliate just because people want benefits, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. I finally went through the entire paperwork thing, which meant I went through like some of the DMCA requirements, the terms and conditions, the privacy policy, the community guidelines, what constitutes harassment on Twitch, the affiliate documentation, the tax paperwork, which admittedly the tax paperwork wasn't that much, and a bunch of other random stuff that was just like, Jesus Christ. Effort. It took a while, but finally happened. Wait, thanks, Fusion? Is that a bit? I was meaning to set up my stream to add things to it. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think there was some sort of thing for, like, bit cheers or something, and I thought about adding something in, and then I just didn't get to it, so... oh well. Maybe I'll figure that out eventually. Yeah. I have not set anything up. I have just finished the affiliate documentation. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I haven't set anything up. I just finished the affiliate paperwork. Having to set things up. I don't know how to set these up. I have actually never seen a lot of this stuff because I don't pay them. Oh, well, whatever. Like a random. What are these things? Lock a random sub. What? What does that mean? A sub emote? Oh yes, I haven't done that yet. I was working on it. I believe I was actually making an attempt at doodling a tiny little emote, but I did that I started that 10 minutes ago, so that's not done, and I'm just not bothering with it. Oof. Just wait till they ask you to submit art in triplicate for emotes. Yay, fun. Fun. Oh, that's the transcript. Be Akuya's account. Oh yes, okay, now I need to go ask everyone else. Oh. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the bits. I also haven't set up the bit thing. I should have set all of these things up beforehand. I was like, I'll set these up beforehand. And we didn't. Now I'm regretting it. Oh well. Not oh well. Fuck. I know there's some sort of little thing you can do to add in a little yay, someone's given bits, but I don't know. I don't remember how that was set up. I remember specifically hiding that previously, so no, I don't know. Some sort of little thing that shows up. Yeah, that. It's somewhere here. I specifically remember removing it. I don't know where it is. I don't know where I put it because I removed it so long ago. Fuck. Was it the alert box? I think it was the alert box. Yeesh. Was it this? How does this work? I don't know, man. Yeah, it's some sort of widget, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. I'm not bothering with it right now. Not today. Another time. Yeah, I'm working on it. That's on my list of things to do. I was drawing I was attempting to doodle the emote to see if I could potentially doodle an emote before the stream, but there wasn't enough time. Yes, I finally got the paperwork done. There was so much paperwork to read, and I found that it is kind of nice having a screen reader do my reading for me, because that means it just reads it faster and more accurately. Thank you. I don't know what a hype train is. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to leave. Okay, anyways. I'm going to— the other two went back to their rooms. Okay, I'm going to attempt to progress today and do my investigation stuff. I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to. I think it was Toko and Hiro? Yeah. No, Toko's room is right here? Yeah, I haven't gotten that done yet. What's a hype train? Oh, I don't know. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds— oh, and I started the process of creating a Discord server, but I haven't finished that either. For Mulan 2020, which I think will probably be a Saturday stream or something like that, because I can't do it on Twitch, for sure. Twitch will kill me. Or more specifically, Disney's more likely to actually have people who will be like, wait, I see a specific keyword, so I am going to cause trouble, and I'm more likely to hit a DMCA that way. So yeah, that's going to have to be an unofficial stream thing, and it's just going to have to be done in Discord. And yes, but I was trying to set up a few things too, and I haven't set up the rules and anything. Yeah, I have one as well. It's just I've been trying to set things up and organize it, and I was thinking about adding bots for specific roles for being pinged for certain things, and like another bot for polls and stuff like that, and I haven't finished getting around to thing when people start subbing here. Ah, I see. I'm sorry I don't have the emotes yet. I wasn't prepared. Ah! But yes, because I was thinking of using my Discord for like a Mulan 2020 thing, and also like if I do that, like also for like movie nights, because I have been talking about doing certain movie nights with certain groups and stuff like that. So I was thinking of setting up those roles and trying to figure out which bot to use and so on and so forth. And fuck. Okay, right now I'll put a note. Make emotes tonight. Or, well, maybe not tonight, actually. I think I'll be dead after the stream, so, tomorrow. Set up Discord spots. Roles for pinging. Polls. Story. Notification. Oh god. Huh? Who's there? Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well, what do you... Oh, okay.
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
This voice acting just makes me sigh, as per usual. Oh, please. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Well, that's an interesting choice of words, I guess.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well...
I forgot to say before, the Cute Animals Discord is quite well organized, by the way. Thank you. I'm glad that you felt so. The only thing that I potentially regret, well, not potentially regret, the only thing that I definitely regret is the quarantine category, but it's been done, and so I'm leaving it. And if I didn't mute it, I would probably take back on it. Like, I'd probably take that back. I'd probably take that decision back. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I, like, spent some time trying to figure out how to, like, format the rules and everything as well. The quarantine, yes. Yes. It's like, yes. Good enough description. I don't know what you're talking about. The Akuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Yes, but it's safe for work adjacent, because the Cute Animals server is entirely safe for work. Well, it's supposed to be. I haven't checked myself. Jingo, the poor bastard, is an admin, so he's the one who has to go police that. And because I'm a horrible mod with no sense of responsibility, I just completely abandon that corner and just pretend it doesn't exist. So I have no idea what's in it. It's supposed to be safe for work. Probably. I mean, that's in the rules, but yeah. Ah, I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. The spacing between the M and the I in admit is very odd. Is it just me? it really looks like it's like, almost like there's a space in between those. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? They need to work on their fonts. Probably. Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Now I have to go talk to Hiro. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds... What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Wow, did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? The phrasing is a little bit odd to me, but I guess it's fine. But like, it's just have your special abilities awakened in you. It just feels a little... What's the word for it? Repetitive? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well... When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. Yeah, he's very super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way! I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. But if that's the case, then when would she have passed you the note in person? Yeah. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pocket. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again, and shoved it back into his pocket. Heh, sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went, so, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Very suspicious, because if I remember right, Aoi said that she took the entire box of candy to her own room, and then she gave, Sakura some. Or at least one. Which is why there was the excess wrapper near Sakura. But, yeah. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that was all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab, so where should I start? The chem lab. That's where I want to go. Map is probably faster. Hina had a boyfriend all along. Maybe, but well, alright. There's no accounting for taste, I guess. Not to be too rude, just a little rude. And by that I mean super rude. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Can I dropkick this person? This person rubs me the wrong way all the damn time. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the three shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right, it could only have been around the time of the incident. If that's really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Really? Like, you know, the protein powder had the Chem C4 label thing on it? Like, on the container? These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. You know I could stab you with a pen, right?
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Jeez, I hate this dude. Okay, so I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me? So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what these footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let's see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Let's see, what's on this shelf? Ah, there's a lot of Chem A stuff. Oh, but there's a Chem C9 there, huh? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number, except there's Chem C9 that's right there. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving on unit section A. Huh? But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Well, okay, good thing he noticed it. Could someone have put it here on accident? On the shelf is, one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Oh, that doesn't count as a hint? Alright, so on the shelf is, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit, section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with the label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Is there anything we can look at down there? Oh, nope, we can't look at the... below that.
So in other words,
First I have to check out this area. Oh, I guess there's more to look at? Oh, I guess the middle section? There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint in it. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered from the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Yay, progress. Bah.
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues, but you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Alright. Rec room's on the 3rd floor, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well I guess we can't look at the broken glass from the outside.
Hey,
Let's see. Okay, so Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
see.
I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottle. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. So I really want to look at Sakura's shoes. I gave that to Sakura. She got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. I wanted to check her feet, but okay. Glasses all red. Top and bottom sections are bottles. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. I mean, does it have something to do with the one that fell down was the knight? And that these are pawn, rook, bishop, and king? Actually, where's the queen? At least, I think that was the king. The king is the... yeah, I think that's the king. The king is the one with the little cross thingy on top. So the queen's missing and the horse knight thingy is on the ground. I don't like this. My 2 favorite streams at the same time. Or 2/3. Who else is streaming? I'm pretty sure JJ is streaming Pokemon. Because I hopped in and I took a quick look at what he was doing before I started my stream. But since my stream is scheduled, I just went with it anyways. Yes, Lucky is also streaming. I also took a look at Lucky's stream for a little bit. But I assumed Andarius was referring to, JJ's stream. A correlation, Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An
Anyway.
experiment? Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
Then,
Anyways, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Is it that there's 2 broken bottles? And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing? I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights? Of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced, which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight. Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there. Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible? Well, also, you also have a bag around it, but I guess that makes sense because you don't want to, like, you know... And then there could also be extra dirt and stuff, but alright. But,
I knew it.
yeah, suspected something. Just as I thought.
In
What?
other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together, and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, the magazine shelf. Kyoko said that the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine's upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefits of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's planted evidence. Magazine dying message has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The locker's open, they're on the inside, it's a handprint.
Hey.
Alright, so we found out something new about the bottle. Was this the other one? I do not remember.
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must drink it. It has Chem A2. Oh, okay, so this was actually... Okay, so the other one was... Okay, so this is... Okay. She must have gotten this from the chem lab, but you see what's scattered around the can. They must parts of the window are to glass, but they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but okay, that wasn't what that... Okay, there's one last thing I'm supposed to be looking at. Is the body? Okay.
Just a second.
Just staring up into space is going to help you figure anything out. We could have a poll about who we think did it before the trial. Yeah, that could be done. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It is the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
True.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
See.
That powder is clue number 1. Okay, so she knocked that down on top of... She's potentially the person who knocked down the yellow bottle?
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
True.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Well, if her hands are spotless, then maybe she's not the one who wrote Toko in the thing. I can't believe she was able to learn all of that by just looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, well, I guess we're going to the trial already. Oops, you caught me.
Sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Well, I don't really think there's necessarily a point in saving right now, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh yeah, there's a lot less people. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another, and then... The ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss them a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? Sad face. He's right. That does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. Lowercase o underscore capital. I'll see you all down there. No, I would give up. Nope, we're done. What the hell is that? I don't get it.
Just the word.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? I don't think I'm acting casual. Or I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Dramatic music. I mean, I'm no murderer. I mean, not this murderer, at least, says the girl. I mean, that is kind of how she would, in her Genocide Jill persona, that is exactly how she would say things. How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without breaking a sweat? Oh, okay,
Hey,
standing around here isn't gonna do any good, let's get going.
Don't look at me.
I said it before and I'll say it again, it wasn't me. Not suspicious at all. The culprit is one of us, make no mistake about that. Oh, come on, it's time to put an end to this. Well, I meant to talk to Toko, but whatever. They were probably not going to say anything useful. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from the goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors closed, and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all-too-familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. Indeed, we could poll now. The doors open once again. I don't know how to do polls, though, so I'm gonna have to go look that up. Why is this in Spanish? Whoosh. Why is the language Spanish? Okay, let's see. The poll is created, a modal will be displayed at the top of the chat window. You expand the poll. Right, that's voting in polls. Creating a poll. Oh. Let's see. Do. Alright. Oh. Welcome. I am attempting to figure out how to do a poll, like, someone who's unfamiliar with doing polls. Surprise! I could, but I don't know the characters' names. That's a good question. Hi, JJ made us come here. Oh, well, that's unfortunate for you. Hold on. I guess I'll take a look at, let's see. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. Alright, report card. So I guess this is how we can see a quick overview of who is there. We have Makoto. Makoto, Byakuya, Hiro. I'm gonna go figure out how to create a poll. I think this is how they normally do it, and then like actions, string community, add a poll, manage poll, create new poll. Who do you think murdered Sakura? Makoto, Byakuya Tagami. Might as well put their full names. Yasuhiro Hagakure. Going down the order, give me a bit. Yes, that's her name, right? Kyoko Kirigiri. Huh, I wonder if there's enough room for all the possible answers. I don't think there is, actually. Toko Fukawa. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's actually a way to add new responses, so I would have to do a... Okay, don't bother with Makoto. Aoi, Hiro, Toko, Kyoko. That's large good. Oh, just don't bother Makoto. Okay. There is not enough room to put every option. So I guess it's just one of those things you'll just have to guess on your own. I don't think the poll has enough options. Of course, I could be wrong. But yeah, I guess you can. There's a max of 6. Yeah, I don't think that's quite enough. Well, there's 6 of us. So this could work then? Kyoko, Aoi, Hiro, Toko. Actually, I see 5 options here. Byakuya. Yeah, I only see 5 options. Well, I guess I'll leave it to someone else to try to create that poll. Because I did actually get a spoiler that, did tell me who probably did it, so, yeah. I should not be the one doing this either. But I don't understand the process. I only got a spoiler that has a pretty significant hint, I think, at one point in time about how it was done. I don't remember. It was like early on, I think. Like, I don't think it was the person who was banned. But yeah. So I'll leave that to someone else to put up. Belle, maybe, I guess. Please help. Yeah. And Orlov desperately trying to protect Kyoko. Alright, thank you. That's so few, you must be so lonely. disappointed to who needs protection. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. Now if she did it, I'll be blindsided. Honestly, yeah. I can't really imagine Aoi doing it. Because, like, they're besties. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. You really did get called asshole rich kid. I'm okay with this, because honestly, yeah. Because he's kind of a jerk. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. I don't think I have any new skills. Wait, I don't remember which skill I have. Oh, okay, so that's how they tell you what skills you have equipped. Alright, so I do have a new skill. Increases the focus gauge by 2, effective during the class trial. Increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial. Alright. Yep, alright. Increase bullet capacity, effective during time battle. Increase the damage put when a statement is destroyed, effective during bullet time battle. Okay. I'm gonna just really quick see what I've got. This may be around noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. Evidence of strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries are noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Chair Benjamin against door with the rec room blocking access from the outside. Is believed the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There is currently no explanation for how a bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. A Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. There are a number of red bottles on a shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Well, they're all chess pieces, and again, there's a couple missing pieces, of which, well, there's one missing piece that we have not found. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the locked room, there was no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro, asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he had never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with a red polka dots on it. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. All of the Monokuma bottles appear to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. In the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. On the shelf in the chem lab, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains reagents, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as Section C has been placed in Section A of the shelf. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. The victim was Sakura Ogami. Okay, right, that's the beginning again. Can the streamer see who voted in what? Because if not, this seems weird. I believe I could check, yes. I think I need to go to the creator dashboard to see that. Under creator dashboard, I believe I can manage my polls. And then you can view the results in there. The end result is that there's 2 votes for Aoi, 1 vote for Toko, 1 vote for Kyoko. No one voted Hiro or the asshole rich kid. So he votes. Thanks to the spoiler guy, I know the answer, so I'm not voting in it. Oh, someone spoiled. Yes. Are they banned? Yes. Nice. I TO'd him for 2 weeks first. Now he is banned. Can the streamer see? Okay, yeah. Yep. So that, yeah, there's a way. Masa, really? You. Tell me that line. The Yoko vote was a misclick. I voted for, or the Toko vote was a misclick. Voted for Aoi, Aoi too. No idea because I missed the last stream though. I see. Honestly, I was very confused for a second, Masa. I was like, what? Alright, I think that's my preparations done. I quickly skimmed through all the evidence that I had on hand.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out
Hiro?
who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
Hiro was pretty suspicious.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of these 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Oh god. Toko's account, Aoi's account, Byakuya's account.
It was one of you. One of you killed...
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one...
Ah, no, wrong button.
One
Fuck.
of you...
Ah! I wanted to take a look at the account. Ah! Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Death. Alright, well, actually, I don't think that actually counted against my heart, so I think I'm okay, technically. Aoi's account, Byakuya's account, Toko's account. You hated them. Okay. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact did not see her all that day. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. There's not really a contradiction here. And they both said that they had not seen her. The lines that he said was that you hated her, and that... What was it? What was the other line you could hit? What was the other line?
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have for accusing?
That's...
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you... Okay, I see. That's the only reason. No, that's not the only reason. I see. It's because of Aoi's account.
And what reason did
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Ah, fuck.
That's low. That's about as low as you can. It was one of you killed Sakura.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's the slow down button.
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, the trial starts and then I immediately stress.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Suffering.
Yeah, and that was right before she died.
Why am I so bad at these games?
So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Genius boy asks obvious question. Make your argument. So is the body. Oh boy. I hate these.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us. I never went to see her.
That's accurate based upon her account. Accurate based on his account.
Come on.
It's the pocket trash, I'm pretty sure.
At least one of you is lying. The fact that Sakura wanted there's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
JJ has so many
When we were
viewers, I'm just
talking
saying.
before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
Because I was just like, JJ rated you with a party of 20 viewers, and I was like, yeesh, that's a lot. Hero, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Yeah, half of those 20 were already watching you and him, I see.
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hero, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Can you at least let him answer so we can, like, you know, hear him mess it up if, you know, you're right? Could you like, not interrupt?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Yeah, very convincing argument. Very good liar here. I mean, you know, very honest person here. But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. Why are the facts on the left vibrating intensely? Where? Oh, faces. I don't know. And the reason I know that is...
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't
Yeah, we're
actually
shouting.
give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
We need a rant. The ultimate view reduction strat. I don't have anything. I'm working on my Mulan 2020 thing, and then I don't even know if I'm still gonna have, like, energy left to rant by the time I actually do that stream, so it actually might be quick, because, like, I've ranted a lot on that thing. I'm starting to get fatigued from ranting on it. But taking a while. It took a while. And the amount of hate I had for the movie made it take a while, but it seems to be dying down. But my favorite face product, La Roche-Posay Pigment Car, as a face wash. I quite like that one. But yeah, there's not too much to say about it. Yeah, honestly, that's new subject that rubs me the wrong way and rubs me the wrong way enough to provide hours and hours of rants. Let's see, so if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy. What do you think about giving people clocks as gifts? Is that some sort of, like, subtle, like, thing about, like, yo, you might need to want to, you know, pay more attention to time because you're always late or something? Or umbrellas. I do not know what type of tea you would like to drink, honestly, but I generally find oolong really nice, as well as some black teas. I think I really enjoyed an Assam black tea, but I couldn't tell you what company or like what brand. Hi Kronos, Tea Mill in 2020, Naegi is the killer. Oh god, Naegi is the killer. That was dumb. Umbrellas can be decent, actually. Which animal is the cutest of them all? That is a very difficult question because there's a lot of different animals that are very cute, especially in different circumstances. So I can't tell you the answer because I have too many things that I think are just freaking adorable. Damn it. Damn it. He gave up quick.
I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, he gave up quick.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
Oh god. This is the best argument I've ever heard.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even
At the
be?
scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
Except, you know, there was no blood on her fingers.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh?
Good question, isn't it? Now that I think about it, because he wasn't allowed in the rec room for the murder.
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
This is a very intelligent individual who is very good at lying. No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, so I think I need to, this is going to be one of the situations, I think, where I need to take one of the arguments from there and then shoots it.
I can tell you exactly when I found that when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I might be able to use the magazine dying message.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And will this work? No, okay, so...
Shoot.
Okay, so yeah, nope, that didn't work. Alright.
Exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine. When I pulled it out.
See, that's the thing, is like, I'm looking specifically for like something to point out that the magazine was closed and on the shelf at the time, but like... I'm having trouble figuring out which one is the right one. I don't think status of the body is the right answer because the magazine dying message has, like, her body was very far away from it. And the thing is, the important part is that the magazine shelf is also closed, right? Or like the magazine was closed and upside down on the magazine shelf, which would prevent Hiro from actually viewing this sort of thing. So I feel like the problem is that he couldn't have found it when he found Ogre's body. I'm not sure exactly where this how I'm supposed to properly point out this contradiction. But yes, I don't think it's this. It's not this. It's inside the magazine. And it was on the magazine shelf. And it wasn't the pocket trash. So again, I have to grab the part of the lines in there. And I don't think necessarily finding it...
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Like, this is a problem.
I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
I guess that was the part they were trying to
The
go.
magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
But like, it's a little unclear to me all the time, every time they do these type of things, because it's like, the magazine shelf itself isn't the problem, it's that the magazine was closed, so it's like I'm not quite sure which one's the right answer, because the answer isn't direct on this thing, and I'm not sure what leads to what. I don't know if I'm the crazy one. I could just be crazy. I could just be dumb. But like, I don't know. It always confuses me because it's not like literal enough for me.
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
Huh, was he not there? Oh yeah, I guess he wasn't there.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
When he wrote it himself on the magazine?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because maybe you're the one who wrote it.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage.
Read the
overlap
Vienna
us, and
sausage?
we know who the killer is. Toko.
What? Vienna sausage? When you play Ace Attorney, you'll get real moon logic with presenting evidence, Chronos. I think I would prefer to not do that then. Difficulty in detective games can be pretty artificial with moon logic. I don't want to deal with that.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
Also, I really want food all of a sudden. I'm suddenly hungry.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
I think this is about to be one of those rhythm battles, and I'm gonna hate it. Hate it so much. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Please don't let this be the tempo thing. Ah, fuck, it's the tempo thing.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Well, actually, weirdly enough, that actually went well. I am confused. I don't know why it went well. This doesn't sound correct. This is not real life. This is not my... This isn't reality. I don't believe this happened. I must be dreaming. I'm pretty damn sure I'm asleep. There's no way I'm awake, because there's no way that this has gone through one time without me fucking it up. I refuse to believe this. I refuse to believe this. I can't accept this. This is impossible. This is impossible. I don't understand. I don't believe it. You have someone in the room playing for you? If I had someone in the room playing for me, I could believe it. No, I'm not reloading. When is this ever gonna happen again? It's never. I'm not, I know. But also, I don't understand what happened. I have not been practicing off stream, so I don't understand what the hell happened here. If Jingo was playing remotely, I could also believe that, honestly. Jingo, have you somehow, like, remoted into my computer? Just somehow magically remoted into my computer to play this for me? Jesus Christ. This real life is, it's just fantasy card. Escape from reality. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm not even happy about this, I'm just genuinely confused. But like, I also don't think it'll ever happen again, so I don't dare to reload now. Like, this is probably the best score I'll ever get in this type of, like, minigame. But I'm, like, utterly confused. I'm doubting everything right now. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message, because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but... Oh, he's actually speaking.
Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
I wish that's how this worked, but I don't think that's how this works.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He just straight up admits it. Okay.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
That's all she said.
After that,
we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
this is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
On the table? Wait a second.
You're the worst. I hope you die.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's
Yes,
story.
there's definitely more to Hiro's story, because it specifically says that the magazine was on the table. But when we saw the magazine, it was on the magazine shelf.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
And yes, 2 hits and 2 bottles are missing.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense?
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
Now this is suspicious. Now I'm a little suspicious of Toko
I
as
don't
well.
see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's
It's
not
also,
lying?
again, odd that the magazine was hidden, so, it could be. Like, I don't think Byakuya would bother to hide it to protect Toko, so, what if Toko was the one hiding in the, closed locker, and followed up with a second hit, and stuffed the magazine on the shelf, because she didn't want to be blamed.
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But
Who was it if they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine? They must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Oh, fuck, wrong voice. Ah, no! Wrong one! No, I meant to hit Toko! Ah! I'm just dying inside. I'm just dying inside. I'm gonna die inside. I'm gonna die inside. This is like the hand bra all over again.
Who else than the person whose name was written on it?
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it? Jesus Christ, the stupid hand bra. I hate the hand bra. Jesus Christ. I hate that. If I hadn't had that perfect tempo thing, I would reload. I'm so mad. That was such a dumb choice. I was saying Toko and then I hit the Akuya like a dumbass because I thought I'd hit the down button again. I'm so mad. The hand bra. Cronus gave it to, was it Celeste Aoi? I gave it to Aoi by accident. I just wanted to read the description because I was like, what the hell is this? And then I accidentally hit the button to give it instead of reading the description, and then I was like, oh god. Yes, I don't understand how the bra works either. I don't understand the description either, because it's like, is it a bra or is it a glove? Because it says it's supposed to go over your hands. So if it's going over your hands instead of your chest, then is it a bra or is it a glove? No, she hated it. She was so mad. She was probably like, honestly, like, had she slapped Makoto, I would not have been surprised. She was furious. Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case is.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just
I don't know,
tell us
maybe?
what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Oh, I hate this truth bullet swap. I'm bad at this too. I think maybe Kyoko's
I
examination?
didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind, and you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Well,
After the first swing, the bottle, and she went limp.
See? Hiro really is the...
okay, yeah, so that's what it- okay, so that is what I thought it was going to be.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind, and you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Do you even like this game at all? I don't know right now. I'm just really mad about hitting that wrong button.
That doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
But also, like, there's parts of it that is just like, I'm sitting here like, oh my god. I hate these trial thingies because I'm just like, I'm stressed. I'm just like, oh no, am I going to get the right answer? How many times am I going to mess this up first? Is this going to make sense to me, or I'm going to have to sit there and be like, alright, which piece of, like, which comment is, like, the comment that I need to pick up and use as a new truth bullet to target which section, and it always just, like, and then the tempo thing kills me, and it just, If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
What, 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
I mean, fair.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
And a missing
But
bottle.
originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like they're starting to become clear. The connection must be... Damn. Yeah, it just is. Where's the...
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was... the knight, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Oh god.
Wait, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing,
I got it!
it was broken.
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is the...
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
I'm hungry. I want food.
Given all the evidence, this is the only
Damn it.
possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack.
I'm like eating
So they
candy
had
to
get
just
rid of their evidence.
sort of take the edge off.
From there, we can conclude.
Hi,
that it
hungry. We
wasn't
don't have
Hiro
food.
who
That's
delivered
very
that
sad.
second blow.
I'm very sad to hear that.
Wouldn't you
I
agree,
also don't have food.
Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but
There's food in the house, but it would take time to prepare.
to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
It's a bit late for takeout, I think.
Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus,
Also, it would take time to get
remember
takeout as
something
well.
that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with
Yeah, about that.
After
I wish I had
Ogre
soup
thinking I
dumplings.
killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone
Wish
tell
I
me
had some
something
pasta.
about his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but...
I hope there's not another time battle thing. No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Yeah. So far, you've probably been pressing the Y button during your final strike without a second thought. I hate you. I hate you, game. Why do you have to make this harder on me? I'm already having trouble. From now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the LB button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? I hate myself. Why did I set it to mean? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Only halfway? Oh no. Well then, good luck and have fun. I guess this is a really long playing, partially because I'm super slow. Well, significant portion is because I'm super slow, but yeah.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
Oh my god.
No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
guess.
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
What is this thing about being responsible? Who is responsible? Oh, Fusion being responsible for Danganronpa. Yeah. Yeah.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Please, no.
It's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted.
Listen, Hero, you did that too.
You killed Sakura.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room.
She just immediately answers when Byakuya tells her to.
I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, a little awkward.
After you left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after
Well.
that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Heard you mean? Achoo. Haha, guess who's
It
back?
was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater.
Oh dear.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
Jesus Christ.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Ooh boy.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone.
Fair.
Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep it talking like that and Hina's gonna...
That's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Yeesh. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is. Hey, Jesus. Make your argument. Yellow powder as status of Sakura's body, maybe?
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the show!
No, that's wrong.
I'm fine with whatever. Like, it's fine either way.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
This is
Sure you
honestly...
didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Hi Shill, hi
She
Brolix.
must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Probably under her skirt. Like, what is it? Like, there's like some, like that thing where like people tend to like strap weapons to their thighs. I assume that's how she does it.
After
Or like she
killed
has pockets.
Sakura,
Or she has
Toko
pockets.
just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because...
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Has he?
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... What are we doing now? Yellow powder, I guess.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
What? Oh, that doesn't count? Come on, Makoto, don't claim up now. Oh, okay. Then is it the Oh, Jesus.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
Monokuma
no
file?
other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really
Wow.
are into dead bodies!
Yeesh.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But
Jesus.
you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. He's very confident, but as if it was the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Shit. Ah, fuck.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Honestly, I would agree with that shill.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Hey, Baron.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. A protein drink.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be... Damn.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning. and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Oof.
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway,
Oof.
I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Yeesh. That's not what I expected.
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
That is not what I expected.
Just as I suspected.
I did not hop into this
The
expecting that.
footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are... Makoto and Hina, I guess?
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Maybe I'm wrong then.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
I mean, I did find that suspicious.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
I have no clue why there's so many hieroglyphs.
That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina,
But then how did...
please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison, then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison. And you spilled some of the yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched. Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back. Then I took the bottle and left the... That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate?
Yep. So...
First I went to... That's when I grabbed the... And you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay, and I moved from Section C to Section...
No, that's wrong! You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Yeesh, so he nearly had like glass in his protein.
So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
What?
Huh?
Me?
Where did they do this?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us...
Where was the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
That would explain why there's glass under the bottle.
But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind until the locked room was. It absolutely was not in.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there
Before the rec room was unlocked.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko,
Yeah.
earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before
Weird.
we get to that, we need
I
to
never
clarify
expected to hear that
one other
word.
thing. We need to establish
Please?
who exactly got the
From
poison from the
Byakuya?
chem lab
Oof.
and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Oh god. No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that. Fuck.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you!
Ah, fuck. Ah, I fucked it up because I forgot to reload. I was trying to reload in tempo, but like, cause if I don't reload in tempo, then it doesn't work, so then I have to use the... I'm going to ignore everything. I do not exist right now. I am air, and I'm not looking at the screen, because I know it'll make me mad. I want food.
Is this really the end for all of us? I refuse to give up yet.
I guess I'm going to have to use the other thing.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Ugh. Fuck.
You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Am I wrong?
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a
Okay, I
certain
wasn't
yellow
sure if they were
powder stuck
talking
to
about
it?
the yellow powder on Sakura's foot, or if they were trying to say the yellow powder that was on the floor, or... I was very confused about what they were trying to talk about when they were saying the yellow powder.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Yellow powder on Sakura's
So
foot.
the powder we found
Or
on
something.
Sakura.
Or Sakura's foot.
What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Over's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one who killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room, there's only one way to explain it.
Here's my answer! The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. What? Ogre? Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh boy. Of course, Byakuya has the crazy expression. Okay, yeah. Confirming what my other options are. Yep, that seems accurate.
You! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. With that thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, She jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab.
Mondo was pretty nice, but then he killed Shihiro and died, and then Sakura was pretty awesome, didn't fight back, or didn't hurt the people who attacked her,
and there, she took
then...
her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Two C's.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote! So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Is it majority vote or is it unanimous? Because if it's unanimous, I feel like Aoi might intentionally just be like, nope.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
My entire existence!
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to life, you would have died along with the rest of
What are you
us.
thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because. That's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were going to take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand. Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all, but now you're suffering because of me.
No,
You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. Yes, they were roommates. Officially they weren't, but from what I understand is that they had a tendency to actually share the room together. In part because, like, sometimes Aoi had trouble sleeping alone, apparently, because she was scared of getting attacked, I guess. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them. Talk about... what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you, Hina, please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us, and yet... And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you? Hina, you came. Wait, right here, I'll help you out. Huh? I'm so glad I got to meet you. But what's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that? A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf, Sakura, so I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura,
Please.
let me in. Please open the door.
Why?
Why? Why did she have to die? She had weakness, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet, you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusions during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to enter, right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me... Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. But what? But Hina already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scrolls at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300
I
years.
couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness, and because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the
And
mastermind.
what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
Betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic. Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told, and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it could save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
Spoke too soon. The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like, totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Hmm? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you. Remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. But what's going on here? Now, I have only one thing to look forward to.
Clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. But Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Oof. Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
what the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish
It's
you
the
guys?
moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh heavens no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it would be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest? Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Ah, shit. Oof. Or like, you know, because it's a program, couldn't it copy itself? Somewhere? Like onto the network or something? Upload itself? You! I don't know. I'm not sure how far Alter Ego got onto the network. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. I'm all about that grilled goodness. Right? But give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. There's no chicken right now. There's no chicken in the house for me to eat. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend, and you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. Sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help, at the risk of his own life, and for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. Makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Indeed, Wilson! Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well...
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more left of Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid, is to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But... Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now? There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was all of that about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies? What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try to leave the school, the sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
What?
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Oh, yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Humph. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No.
No. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
But what are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him? Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right. I called you a sleazeball, 'cause you are. Sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse, give and take. Me! Jesus Christ. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it into deep sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. That's a little creepy.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
Jesus.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always. You don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. But what time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door and with a certain amount of force, rattle rattle, it didn't open. I tried again, but rattle rattle, it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor?
What's this?
Fuck! I hate it. I hate it. Every fucking time. Jesus. Fuck. Why does Monokuma do this to me? Fuck. Oh, what are you doing up, mister? God. Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or, are you going to try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko? Here. Now you two?
You guys?
Whatever, the two of you. Just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on
Shall
anymore.
we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah. Come on, get out of here. Shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all of that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then. Good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Yay, I reached a chapter end. You received the altar lump present. Oof. Achievement unlocked for Wygore.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Also, it's a jump scare to me, so it's not that I'm treating it as such, it's just that it scares me every fucking time. Like, it real startles me. This is the beginning of the new chapter, by the way, Kronos. Are you becoming a pro streamer? I'm aware, Brelix, and also no strudel. Only took you 3 hours and you didn't even rant. Congratulations, this is a new record. Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling like ranting. I didn't really have anything to rant about today. Koga told me to watch out for her. Mukoto Ikusaba. It's about that one movie. I need to finish making the server, but I will probably throw up the server on my Discord, or not on Discord, the Discord server on somewhere in the about at some point in time, probably. And I will also probably, like, finish, like, setting up things and try to get that pat emote out of the way and stuff like that. This has been so dang productive, I've mostly been watching. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. Wait, what? 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. $100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. Oh, you're affiliated. Congrats. Yeah. I did that, and then people noticed before I finished setting up things like emotes and stuff, and I was like, ah, fuck. And so now I need to, like, make sure I get that done at some point in time before next stream, or at least attempt to get it done before next stream. I don't know, because it's me, whether it will actually be done, but at least an attempt should be made. Good night, Andarius. Rest well. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna save here. So let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, you didn't make small talk or anything. We never just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours? He just acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think anyways. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse. The mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder. No, it's not 4 AM. I'm just waiting for this conversation to end, and I'm gonna save. No matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them. Ellipses. Hey, Toko. You've been pretty quiet. Ellipses. Man, you're so boring now. You just sit there like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. What? But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
And you're okay with that, Toko? Jeez, how low is that rock you're hiding under? I believe this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet, I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again. We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouth and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all start our exploration. Alright, save time. Yep, no conversations. Good time to save and be done. Yeah, sleep is good. Rant about Digimon. You've been productive for too long. I've actually never seen Digimon, so I can't do that. You have no one to raid into. I can continue Outer Wilds. If you want to, I certainly can raid into that if you want. Chill. Sleep. Bad stream all night. I'll buy you chicken if you do. Who's getting it? For him stream, let's go. I'm gonna sleep, need to be awake for the MP tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, that's true. I think there was some sort of... Oh, wait. Wait, no. The one I know about is not tomorrow. Okay, well. Good night, Fusion. Need to be awake. So, should I be prepared to raid into someone else, or nah? We really need a stream schedule specific to Strudel work hours. Come on, Fusion. Gotta stay up. Be terrific. Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, one sec. Okay. Alright. Actually, you can raid offline people. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I can get that over with, I guess. Pretty sure I got the name right. But yes, I will go do that, and I will head off then and try to get some food because I'm actually still hungry. So. Okay. I think she'll probably be up in like a few minutes, minimum or maximum. So yeah. Guess I will. Oh, there you go. I just saw it go live. Have a great night, everyone. Great day as well for whoever. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll figure out a good schedule for like the Mulan 2020 thing and everything, and within this week probably. See you next time.